All right, and good day, and welcome to Commerce Today. My name's Darren, and as always, Josh is here to run us through. And this is part three of our Amazon mastery. And now we're engaging customers and standing out in a competitive, or actually, how to stand out in a competitive marketplace. So, just real quick to bring you up to speed for those that have not been following along. In our previous two episodes, we had talked about some of the key takeaways there were about optimizing your product listings, embracing sustainability, strategic fee management, as well as live streaming on Amazon Live. So those are some of the key things. We definitely encourage you to go back and take a listen to the whole podcast. But Josh, let's kick this one off. Part three of three, buddy. Direct marketing to consumers with Amazon's tailored audience. Tell me all about
Yeah,
it.
so that is our first up today. Like the last two, we got a kind of a grab bag of topics. So today we are talking about, first up, Amazon's Tailored Audiences tool. So this is part of the Manage Your Customer Engagement Platform, the MYCE. Amazon loves their acronyms. I actually saw there's some great Amazon consultants named My Amazon Guy, and one of the things they posted to LinkedIn recently was a one-page cheat sheet of Amazon acronyms. There's like 200 of them.
Oh my gosh. Sounds like a military organization.
Exactly. But what this system does, especially the customer engagement piece, is it allows you to execute personalized email marketing campaigns directly to your customers. This is a big shift from the old days of Amazon when they really kind of separated you from the customer. And this allows you to kind of build up that connection between your brand and the customers that buy from you on Amazon. Now, mention brand, you have to be enrolled in that Amazon brand program we've talked about back 2 episodes ago when we talked about the A plus content. You have to opt into Amazon stores, which every brand should, and you need to have at least 100 brand followers. So you do have to kind of build a little bit of a following on Amazon before you can use this tailored audiences tool.
Well, that sounds like something that I know everyone was clamoring for years ago. So this is a major step forward in ability to engage with your customer. What else do we have that's kind of part of that we need to know about?
Yeah, so this basically allows you to segment out your customers, and really you can use this for two different things. We're talking more about the email newsletter, email marketing side of Amazon, but in a little bit we're going to talk about the ads as well that you can use these segments on. And they actually give you some default specific groups, brand followers, so that's everybody that's following your brand, repeat customers, people that have bought your brand's products multiple times on Amazon, high spend customers.
Important.
They're always a nice group to market to, and recent customers. So you can really tailor your messaging. You can send out a different message to repeat customers versus recent customers versus high spend customers.
Wow, that really gives you a lot of control over how you're doing that and how that's coming together. So let me ask you this. What maybe are even some best practices around this ad targeting and with those tailored audiences?
So a lot of it is kind of in line with general email marketing. So promote value. Make sure you're providing value with every email you send. So this could be highlighting new products, giving exclusive deals to those newsletter or through that newsletter, gifting ideas, especially when holidays are coming up. Basically, just make sure put yourself in your customer's shoes and say, hey, if I got this email, would I feel good? Would I feel like, oh, this added value to my day? Or would I just be clicking the report spam junk button as fast as I could?
And one of the things that I think is a great reminder for everyone is curiosity is such a key to all of this. So what is it about your message that's going to cause curiosity? It's going to cause the skeptic like me to pause just long enough to start to read and then get captured by it.
And that actually ties right in to the next best practice. And I don't even think you did that on purpose.
I didn't.
Have visually engaging messages, especially through lifestyle images. So that can be something that makes somebody stop and say, hey, I could actually see myself. Like that's somebody that I could see myself doing that activity they're doing. They're using your product. Oh, hey, this is something that I could be interested in. So beyond just general visually engaging content, definitely think about those lifestyle images and maybe even tailoring the lifestyle images based on the segment that you're marketing to. And then last but not least, monitor the performance of these email campaigns. You can measure open and click-through rates just like any other email campaign. I think this is a good way. There's some debates about frequency, how often to send these messages. And I've seen some cookie cutter advice. It's like you should always send all year long, always send one email a week to each segment. I don't think it's that cut and dried. I think you got to do some experimentation and measure the results, and then determine the ideal frequency.
Well, and I know there's some that say once a day is the right amount, and that's way too much. But yeah, that's all very, very, very good. So, kind of moving to our next kind of topic and segment there, monitoring, engaging the customer feedback. How?
You're skipping ahead on me.
Uh-oh.
Next up is actually the best practices for ad targeting with tailored audiences. So this is the other side, and it's easy to confuse this because tailored audiences are actually used in two different areas. They're used in the email engagement, and then they're also can be used in the ad targeting, which we've talked about in previous episodes. We talked about how you can pay Amazon to advertise your Amazon products on Amazon, which Amazon loves that. You can actually target those ads to these audiences, and it's amazing the data that Amazon has that powers that. So kind of best practices there, refine your audiences. So basically keep adjusting, testing. Don't just assume that the default Amazon audiences are the best ones for your ads. Again, kind of like with the email marketing, tailor the creative. So just make sure that you're actually thinking, okay, if I'm targeting this segment, here's the persona I've built for that segment. Here's the images that are most likely going to resonate with them. Here's the call to action that I want to use for them. And then finally, do remember when we start talking about, especially hyper-targeting, there are laws about that. So
Important safety tip.
make sure that you're following all the privacy laws, rules, regulations of your jurisdiction and the jurisdiction of your customers. For those of you that are selling into Europe, good luck.
May the force be with you. All right. Well, so now, thank you, Josh, and my apologies. I had zoomed in on our notes a little too far.
Well, I think you're just trying to keep us on schedule, too. I'm talking too much here.
Exactly. So, all right, now to segment 2, monitoring and engaging with customer feedback. So, how do we do that, and how does that Amazon help us put that all together?
Yeah, so this is basically about your reviews on Amazon. And if you have sold on Amazon, if you even thought about selling on Amazon, if you bought on Amazon, you realize the power those reviews have. Not only do customers obviously look at those and read those, but the Google algorithm uses those, the Amazon algorithm uses those. If your reviews start slipping, then your product can basically disappear pretty quickly. So you want to basically, obviously, first step, have a really good product. Have a product that people are likely to enjoy and want to leave a review for. If you have a crummy product, there's not a lot. There's some things that people do, but not a lot you can do to overcome that. Also, definitely encourage and solicit feedback. And again, there's some rules around that, and there's some gray areas around that. I know that I have even gotten postcards in the mail, like I'm sure lots of Amazon buyers have gotten. Hey, if you go back and leave a 5-star review for us, then we'll credit back the product. You'll get it for free, something like that. I don't recommend those services because someday either the FTC or Amazon or both are going to catch on to that, and it's not going to be fun. But that's where a note in the product package. Some of the best Amazon sellers have very branded products, and their product design and even their packaging design. And again, this gets back into you shipping the orders, is Amazon shipping the orders from our previous episode. But even with that, if you can, within the product packaging, put a little note of, hey, we would love a review from you. The best ones I've seen have a smiley face on one side, a frowny face on the other. Smiley face side says, hey, if you're happy, we'd love a review. Frowny face side says, here's our customer service information. We'll make it right. Please reach out to us.
And a lot of times they'll even have a QR code to make it just, dumb simple to be able to put that together. All right, so is there any further analysis that we need to do around this feedback and looking for ways to improve and those kind of things?
Definitely. So the first thing to do is don't hesitate to respond to feedback, especially negative feedback. It's a lot better if you, as the seller, can get in there and respond and take some sort of corrective action. Or, sometimes there's times where the customer's not always right. But if you can just plainly state your case, plainly state, this is what we tried to do for you, really sorry you had that experience. That can help you kind of recover from and make that, one bad review not become 10 more bad reviews. Beyond that, as far as kind of analyzing your product reviews, we've been doing some interesting work of using AI to basically mine and summarize reviews. And Amazon does that a little bit now. You might have seen on the product pages, it'll actually say, here's an AI summary of all the reviews for this product. What we've done is we've gone in for a brand and analyzed all of their reviews across all products using an AI and said, what are the trends? What are the commonalities? And it was interesting because for this case, it was that their shipping estimates weren't always accurate. And so they were getting negative feedback, not because of anything about the product, but just about when it was delivered. So we said, okay, if we either message the expectation better of when the product's going to arrive, or if we improve when the product arrives, we can actually lift that feedback and start getting more positive feedback. So definitely you can look for improvement areas for your products through your reviews, but also just for your business operations.
Excellent. All right. Well, kind of our last segment here for this episode, diversifying the marketing channels. So tell us about that. Kind of what are these different marketing channels and what might that look like?
Yeah. So the relationship between sellers and Amazon has always been complicated. And I think for a long time, especially when Amazon didn't allow you to email market directly to your Amazon customers, brands didn't want to send any of their customers to Amazon. Now I think people have realized that, hey, something like 30-40% of all customers in the U.S. start their shopping on a marketplace, usually Amazon, so you got to be there. And it doesn't hurt sometimes to drive traffic to your Amazon listings and to your Amazon business instead of your website or in addition to your website. There's a lot of different ways to do that. We talked a little bit about Amazon Live and live streaming last time. You can also look outside of Amazon Live into other live streaming and influencer collaborations. So that could be basically Instagram, TikTok, Facebook influencers, having them partner with you around your Amazon products and directing traffic to those Amazon listings. Go back to kind of the episodes we've done on live streaming to learn a lot more about that. I wouldn't necessarily, if you have an email list of people that have bought from you, people that are engaged with your brand directly on your website or in your stores, I wouldn't send those people to Amazon. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But if you have kind of a fresh audience, say it's through an influencer collaboration or it's through social media, some other channel, you might want to experiment with sending at least a portion of that traffic to Amazon. There's a chance it'll convert higher just because people that probably already have Amazon accounts, they're familiar with buying on Amazon. There's also some strategy there where send that traffic to Amazon to products that aren't showing up in Amazon search because they are new, they haven't had a lot of purchases, they don't have a lot of reviews. Well, jumpstart those products, get them showing up higher in Amazon's search algorithm by sending some of your traffic to them.
Interesting. Well, what's maybe a real world example of how this kind of comes together?
Yeah, so I'm going to introduce you to a new product today, I think.
Awesome.
And we haven't worked with them. This is actually just a case study that I have seen developing in the real world because of the awesome way these guys are building their business. But FrostBuddy and FrostBuddy.com. They have a really cool product. I'm not going to spoil it. I'm going to build a little anticipation. Go to their website and check it out. But they are taking this content marketing influencer strategy and they're using it to drive traffic to both their website, their TikTok shop, and to their Amazon shop. And it's really all through building in public. They basically said they're a fairly new brand, only a few years old, and their executives, pretty much their whole team, post to LinkedIn actually and say, hey, we're building a brand, here's what we're struggling with, here's what's working well, here's what's not. They do similar things with clips on TikTok, and they've gotten really good at showcasing their products on TikTok, and then again driving some of that traffic back to their Amazon listings. Some of their retailers, they actually now are sold in Buc-ee's, I learned, which
well, there you go.
For us Texans, we love our Buc-ee's, and then to their own website as well. And they have built such a authentic brand by doing that. Like, people are really connecting with them. They are one of the only brands I've seen recently that, as a small new brand, they are making crazy money by having a mobile app. And that is because they have just have that authentic connection, and they are getting their customers to actually be so excited about learning about their new products that they are installing and using a mobile app, which is not how it usually works in 2024. So.
That is amazing. Well, I resisted the evil temptation to go and grab and check out this website. So I look forward to doing that after our show, of course. So kind of wrapping this all together in a nice neat bow after 3 episodes, we've hit on a lot of different points, and I'm not going to hit them all, but for today we definitely hit on Amazon's tailored audience tool, engaging customer feedback, and diversifying the marketing efforts. And the whole reason is to stand out in Amazon's competitive ecosystem. And the great thing is that these tools exist, these opportunities exist. So even when you start to look and see, wow, well, everybody's selling the widget that I want to sell. Well, maybe they're not doing it the same way. So there's ways to do that. We definitely encourage you to implement any and all of the strategies. Tell us how it goes. Definitely, we love to hear and have any feedback. And with that, just kind of any last feedback from you, Josh, before we totally close out.
Yeah, so stay tuned to my LinkedIn. Look me up on LinkedIn under Joshua Warren. There's a few of us. I have a horribly common name, so Joshua Warren at Creativity is the easiest way to find me. I'm going to be posting, it's still in development, but an Amazon pricing calculator, and this is going to be more in-depth than anything Amazon offers or anything I've seen anyone else offer, as far as allowing you to look at what's the cost if I try to fulfill this myself, what's the cost if I try to use fulfillment by Amazon, what's my potential profit on Amazon, and really, diving into a financial model around potential Amazon businesses. So I will be announcing that on my LinkedIn once it is ready, so stay tuned there. For sure.
Man, and I know there's going to be people looking forward to that, because for the brief time I sold a little bit on Amazon and using their tool that they have, I said I need somebody with an MBA to get this. It's way beyond. So with that, as always, we thank you for listening to all of this Amazon Mastery series, and we definitely look forward to you being on board for next time. Definitely, and as always, invite you to subscribe to our future episodes on and e-commerce insights. You can find us on Joshua, as he mentioned, Joshua Warren's LinkedIn profile, as well as Creativity's YouTube channel. And we'll also have many of the things that we talk about linked to in our show notes, as always. So with that, stay sharp, keep experimenting, and as always, we welcome you back at Commerce Today. Thanks so much.